Welcome to Movie Mania, I'm your host Questy, and today we're talking about my top 5 horror movie villains of all time. Now there's a plethora of villains out there and a plethora of movies which have interesting, engaging, scary, and outright insane villains, so narrowing it down to just 5 is an arduous task, but I've done it, and today let's talk about my top 5 horror movie villains of all time. So there's going to be loads I've missed off, so just like in a lot of the other videos, pop down below what are your top 5 favourite horror movie villains of all time. What ones are also your top 5 least favourite, because that's sometimes even more fun. And without further babbling, let's get in with my number 5. So coming in at number 5 is Hannibal Lecter. That's correct, Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, Red Dragon, and even, I know it's not quite movies, but even the TV show Hannibal, portrayed by Mads Mikkelsen, is a fantastic portrayal of this horror movie villain. Done perfectly, in my opinion, by Anthony Hopkins, the OG, in Silence of the Lambs, is just perfection. You know, he's not even in the movie for that much amount of time, you know. It's mainly about Jodie Foster trying to catch down Buffalo Bill. He's kind of like in the sidelines, but it kind of makes him more creepy, the fact that he's not the focal point of the movie. By the end, you know, spoilers, you know, when he gets free and he says he's having an old friend for dinner, it sends shivers up your arm and down your spine. And that's the best part about movie villains like this. He's also intelligent. You don't know what he's going to do next. He's very unpredictable. And he's portrayed by a fantastic actor. So all that coming together in a nice cooking pot makes Hannibal Lecter a fantastic horror movie villain. Number 4 for me is a wild one. It is Ghostface from the Scream franchise. There's been a lot of different characters portraying Ghostface, but they all have this kind of fun nature about them, what I love about the series. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's serious enough to be engaged in the story and to think about who is Ghostface in these movies. It's kind of like a detective movie when you're watching the movies, like who is actually playing Ghostface this time, what's going to happen next. Again, love how the movies don't take themselves super serious, but serious enough where the stakes are still high. And the kills are always fun, the outfit is iconic, amazing, and even the murder weapon, just the knife, it's fantastic. It's tried and true, and it's classic. And I love Ghostface. I think he's a fantastic villain. Probably more fun, probably less scary than some of the other villains on this list, but I enjoyed it. I think it's fun, a breath of fresh air. Kind of twists the horror movie tropes on its head. So I think it's refreshing and fun, and I like that about it. So Ghostface, really good villain. Number 3 is going to be Alien. I had a hard time trying to decide whether Alien or Predator was going to be on this list, and I love Predator. I love Predator, but for me, Alien's always been scarier. Predator's cooler, but Alien's scarier, especially the very first Alien, trapped in an enclosed space on the spaceship, with an alien crawling through the vents. The chest bursting scene is just terrifying. You don't want one of them over you. The face huggers, the way they run like spiders, ugh. And then the fully grown alien with a mouth coming out, and spitting acid. How scary can you make a villain? Like, that is the ultimate, well, almost the ultimate Alien. We'll get to one which may be my number 1, spoiler alert. But I do love my aliens in movies, and I feel like Alien has gotta be on a horror movie villain list, because it's a classic. Even Predator wants to take a jab at Alien. He's that terrifying and that formidable of a threat, and the Queen Alien and aliens, need I say more? An army of them attacking you is just terrifying. Even if you somehow manage to damage them, the acid blood will erode your skin. It's terrifying. You don't want to come into contact with one of these aliens. Nightmare fuel. Later sequels are kind of lessened the horror value of the alien, turning them into more like jobbers. But the old Aliens, Alien 1, Alien 2, like the first franchise, and then some of the games as well. Isolation, terrifying. But yeah, they keep the horror factor of the alien, and I love it for that. So Alien is coming here on this list. Coming in at number 2 is Michael Myers. That's correct, not Shrek, but Mike Myers from the Halloween franchise. He's always been the best horror movie slasher for me. Always been the best. There's something ominous about him just leaning up after being shot about 5 different times, like he's come from hell itself. The expressionless Captain Kirk mask over his face, just that blue jacket and the knife, simple as anything. Kind of like Ghostface. I like the simple villains like Ghostface and Michael Myers, and you can't get much more simple than Michael. He will just disappear out of view from behind you. You don't know where he is. He's slow, he's lumbering, but he will catch up with you. You know, he will catch up with you, and when he does, he will nail you to a wall, like in the first movie. Amazing kills, he's got terrifying presence, everyone's afraid of him, he does not die. He does not die. He is one of the most formidable villains in horror movie history, and that's why it's here at number 2. And number 1 for me, I mentioned it before about an alien. Well, I'm talking about The Thing. The Thing is my favourite horror movie villain of all time. I do love my aliens and my sci-fi. The Thing is just the best. It's the scariest one for me, because it could be anyone. It could be anything. It can transform into dogs, into your best friend. They are still there, but they're slightly different. It's unsettling, it's creepy. The whole scene in The Thing, where they're sat around, tied to chairs and they're doing the blood testing, and you don't know which one of the crew is actually The Thing, until the blood sizzles and it transforms and starts attacking everyone. Trying to kill it normally is hard, so fire is like the most effective way. It's the best movie predator. It's the best movie villain, because you don't know who it could be. It could be me right now. I could be The Thing talking to you, and you would have no idea until I assimilated you and turned you into one like me. Creepy as hell. Amazing practical effects as well in the movie. I just love the movie so much, and the Thing itself is the best movie villain in my opinion. Now there's loads I've missed off my top 5. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Chucky. There's so many good movie villains out there. Terminator even I could throw on here. Great villain. So let me know down below your own favourites, your top 5 movie villains of all time. And hopefully you enjoyed my list. And we hope you had fun, and we'll see you again, Movie Maniacs.